What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And you know, back in 2012, when Disney first purchased Lucasfilm from George Lucas, there were a lot of mixed feelings back then because Disney had a reputation of basically Disneyfying everything it touched, okay? And by Disneyfying, basically people thought that a film series like an Indiana Jones or a Star Wars would lose its edge, you know? It would go soft, it would be kind of weak, you know, the edge that made the film great to begin with, it would lose that edge, you know? Just making giant cartoons for kids. That's what a lot of people expected. They also had another feeling about Disney, and basically that they would just turn these great franchises into soulless cash cows, all right? We're just here for the content instead of making actual interesting and memorable films, okay, that fans fell in love with in the first place. Nope, we're just going to crank out a whole bunch of weak content for a cash grab. That's what a lot of people thought. And it turns out everybody was right about Disney 100%, all right? Disney destroyed Lucasfilm, all right? Let's make no bones about it. Disney has destroyed Lucasfilm and is continuing to destroy Lucasfilm. As you can see from this particular article, they have no idea what they are doing at this point. They have turned what many in my generation consider the preeminent film studio, all right? Lucasfilm was an independent film studio, wasn't connected to one of the majors. I mean, 20th Century Fox was distributing the material, but George Lucas, it was George Lucas's film studio. It was his baby for him to crank out his content, what was coming out of his mind. That's what Lucasfilm is. And you know, when you went to the movies and you saw that Lucasfilm logo up on the screen, man, it was a treat because you knew you were in for a classic, amazing adventure, okay? There was going to be thrills and chills, great acting, great storytelling, state-of-the-art special effects, okay, from Industrial Light and Magic. That's what we got out of Lucasfilm. I mean, there was a point in time where Harrison Ford that you see right here, he was like in 4 or 5 of the top grossing films of all time, thanks to Star Wars and Indiana Jones, all right? That's how much this stuff was loved. Lucasfilm was absolute magic in the theaters. Now look where it's at. Unbelievable. This is on CBR. Rumor, Indiana Jones show canceled as Lucasfilm dials back non-Star Wars content. Lucasfilm reportedly scraps its planned Indiana Jones series due to Disney instructing the studio to focus on Star Wars content instead. Yeah, and this ain't the only thing that they're messing up right now. Like, have you guys been watching The Mandalorian? The Mandalorian season 3 is straight garbage right now, all right? We're only halfway through this thing, and out of the 4 episodes, only 1 has been even decent, okay? And that was a shakily decent one coming off of that terrible opener, all right? And then followed up by I don't know what the heck Jon Favreau was thinking. I mean, I used to have faith in Jon Favreau. I have no idea what this dude is doing with this series, okay? But this last episode, this episode 4, you know, people are talking about this justice for Jar Jar. That's the only thing people are talking about because the episode itself, I mean, this thing is just confusing. It's weird. It's like, what the heck is going on here? It's absolutely ridiculous what's happening over here right now at Lucasfilm. The Mandalorian, which should be like the solid thing that Lucasfilm is doing, it's not doing so hot. And then, of course, you got Willow getting canceled after 1 season on Disney+. You know? I mean, just utterly trash, terrible content. All right. I don't know who let this thing escape out of the barn. This thing should have been nipped in the bud, should have never been shot, should have never been cast, nothing. After they read the scripts, they should have threw this thing in the garbage and told John Kasdan, get the hell out of here. I mean, terrible, horrible series. You also got one of the Star Wars producers suing Lucasfilm, okay? Because they gave this chick the runaround, started running her all over the world. And, you know, it turns out, oh, we wasn't really going to use your services in the first place. I mean, just the Absalom, that Acolyte show is what I'm referring to. I mean, just utter embarrassment. And now they're getting sued. I mean, things are just terrible. And then we're talking about announcing 3 new Star Wars movies at Star Wars Celebration. We literally just got through canceling 3 Star Wars movies. Look, somebody put this graphic together. Let's look at this real quick. I found this on Twitter, all right? So out of all the things that have been started by the original filmmakers, okay? J.J. Abrams, Force Awakens, Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi. That's the only thing where they hired the person to make a movie and that person got to make it and complete it and it was done, okay? Look at the rest of this. You got Gareth Edwards. He started off making Rogue One. It was rewritten and reshot by Tony Gilroy. Josh Trank, Boba Fett got canceled. Lord and Miller's Solo got reshot by Ron Howard. Colin Trevorrow, Duel of the Fates, was rewritten by J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. Stephen Daldry was supposed to write an Obi-Wan movie that turned into a Disney Plus show, and he was out the door. All right. James Mangold was then brought in to do a Boba Fett movie. Again, that turned into a Disney Plus show. Benioff and Weiss, they were the Game of Thrones guys. They were supposed to come in and do an untitled Jedi prequel. That got canceled. Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron canceled. J.D. Dillard's untitled film canceled. I don't even know who this dude is. Okay. Kevin Feige and Michael Waldron, we know that their untitled film just got the axe. And now Damon Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson, they got replaced in the unknown post-episode 9 film. They've been replaced by an unknown writer. And now we know that unknown writer is Steve Knight. All right. And how soon until this guy is given the axe? This is embarrassing. This is absolutely embarrassing what's happening over there at Lucasfilm. Okay. And you know what? Let me say something real quick, okay? Let this be a lesson to everybody. All the people that are always out there bitching about how much a CEO makes, okay? Oh, why does the president of the company make so much money? Oh, why does the CEO make so much money? It's the little people doing all the work, okay? This is what happens when you have a bad leader, okay? This is what bad leadership looks like, okay? Why is Kathleen Kennedy still there? I even heard John Campia's like, what the hell is going on here, right? And Campia likes everybody, man. That dude never says nothing bad. And he's even like, wait a second, time out. Why is this chick still got a job? Unbelievable, man. This is the problem right now over there at Lucasfilm. But I do want to talk about this Indiana Jones series. Because you guys know, like, Raiders of the Lost Ark is still my #1 film, all right? Even as much as I love Star Wars, all right? Raiders of the Lost Ark is still my favorite film of all time. And I was actually interested to see what they were going to do with the Indiana Jones series, like another young Indiana Jones, a kid, you know, kind of coming up under Abner Ravenwood. I was actually interested in that. You know, but yeah, Lucasfilm drops the ball because they got a Kathleen Kennedy over there that's just an absolute moron. Lucasfilm has reportedly pulled the plug on its planned Indiana Jones series for Disney Plus at the direction of the Walt Disney Company itself. According to trusted industry insider Jeff Snyder of Above the Line and Hot Mic, Lucasfilm's Indiana Jones series is no longer moving forward at Disney Plus. What's more, Snyder has received word that Disney has told Lucasfilm to focus on its Star Wars projects for the time being. This would not only explain the axing of the Indiana Jones show, but also the so-called cancellation of Lucasfilm's Disney Plus series Willow after a single season. Look, Willow is done, okay? Willow is done. The so-called cancellation, if Lucasfilm is smart, they are finished with this thing. This show is an absolute train wreck, all right? And they had to resort, the fans of this thing, whoever did like it, had to resort to a review boosting campaign that nobody talked about, okay? It was all over Twitter, and I think I'm the only one that even covered that, all right? I'll link that video above if you didn't see it, all right? They had a full-fledged review boosting campaign on Twitter right out there in the open. Nobody said nothing. And yeah, there's the tweet by Jeff Snyder. The Ravenwood Indiana Jones series at Lucasfilm is not moving forward. And furthermore, I've heard that Disney has told Lucasfilm to focus on Star Wars going forward, hence the cancellation of Willow. I mean, you know, Abner Ravenwood, Indiana Jones teaming up, you know, throw a young Marion Ravenwood in there. I mean, it could have been interesting. They're all over the place, going on adventures all over the world. I mean, that could have been pretty cool, you know? Seeing Indy as a student, Abner Ravenwood, you know, and then all the nonsense that was going on between, you know, Indy and Marion. I mean, I don't know, man. It could have been interesting. Unfortunately, it's not going to go forward. News first broke in November of 2022 that Disney and Lucasfilm were developing a new Indiana Jones series for Disney Plus, though no story details were made available at the time. Indy previously made the jump from the big screen to the small screen via the 1990s program, The Young Indiana Jones Chronicle. This wasn't that hot. I mean, it was good. It was all right. That's why I was interested to see what they would do with it now, you know, that, you know, we fast forwarded a little bit, maybe some better writing, you know, and some better creativity. Could have been good. Which ran for 2 seasons on ABC and 4 made-for-TV movies on the Family Channel. While the planned Disney Plus series has reportedly been scrapped, the Indiana Jones 5th franchise film, Dial of Destiny, right, that's still coming out. What's up with Willow? As for Willow, the fantasy series debuted in Disney. Again, we're not even going to go through this thing. It's just absolutely garbage. Hot garbage, okay? Again, this is coming from Lucasfilm, man. Like I said, when you saw that Lucasfilm logo, it was magic. You knew magic was about to happen, all right? Now when you see that Lucasfilm logo, you just cringe. You're like, oh my God, this thing is going to be so bad. All right. I'm just still utterly amazed at how Kathleen Kennedy took her mentor's life's work, all right, the life work of George Lucas, and flushed it right down the toilet. and still trying to hold on to the job. I would feel so bad. Damn, I really screwed this up royally. Yo, you don't have to fire me. I quit. I am gone. All right. I am out of here. There's no way in hell I'm going to continue to sit here and destroy the man, the myth, the legend's life work. Okay. You destroyed his entire life's work. And you still hating on to this job thinking you're doing a good job. Chick, you need to go. It's absolutely embarrassing. And it's just, again, folks in my generation, okay? Folks in my generation, that Lucasfilm logo, man, how important that thing was and how much it meant to us, okay? To see Lucasfilm making films, okay? They didn't do that much, all right? They didn't make that many films back when we was coming up, but every one was a classic, all right? And they've completely destroyed this thing. Unbelievable. But anyway, folks, what do you think about Lucasfilm? I mean, just doesn't know where it's going. Now we canceled Indiana Jones, all right? Another project bites the dust, all right? I mean, it just seems like every day we're hearing something bad coming up out of Disney from Marvel or Star Wars and Lucasfilm, okay? Just utter disaster going on, and nobody seems to know how to fix it. Hey, they got rid of Victoria Alonso. Maybe this is, it's time for Kathleen Kennedy. Somebody's got to pull the trigger and get her out of there. But anyway, folks, go ahead, drop down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and your opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.